What's up, you guys? I'm Kiara Selena, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I plan to bridge from practical nurse to registered nurse. What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel, Nursing with Key, where I make a whole bunch of nursing videos sharing tips and tricks that I've learned along my journey to help you have the smoothest nursing journey. So today I'm just going to talk to you guys a bit about the Canadian system, how we do things over here, and how I plan to get from to bridge from a practical nurse to a registered nurse once I'm completed with my courses. So this past week, I actually completed my last theory class, so I have absolutely no more theory. The only thing I have left is practical, so I only have clinical rotations left, and I will be graduating within the next couple of months as a practical nurse. So I've gotten a lot of DMs from you guys, a lot of support from you guys. I really want to thank you guys so much for that. Actually, 2 weeks ago, I was at 100 subscribers, and now I'm over 300, going on 400 soon. So thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of DMs from you guys, basically just sharing your stories. Also a lot of comments from you guys sharing stories, and some people have asked me what my plans are and whether or not I plan on going furthering my education and becoming a registered nurse. So I am 20 years old. My birthday is tomorrow, so I'm going to be turning 21. I am really young. I have no real responsibilities. I don't really have any rent or any bills, like any major bills to pay, so I don't really see why I shouldn't further my education. Not saying that if anybody out there is young and decides to stay a practical nurse that it's bad or anything, but I just feel like this is the perfect time for me to further my education. I don't want to wait till later in life when I have kids and then look back and regret not pushing myself to the limit. So I do definitely plan on becoming a registered nurse, and this is how. So I know that in the States you guys call practical nurses, you guys also call them vocational nurses, and that's because I know that LPNs over there go to vocational schools, whereas ADNs go to colleges. In Canada, it actually works a little bit differently. Practical nursing programs are actually college level programs, and in order to practice as a registered nurse, you have to have a bachelor's in science of nursing or bachelor's in nursing. We do not have ADNs in Canada except for in one province, which is the province of Quebec, and in the province of Quebec you can work as an ADN, and then LPNs are actually practical vocational level. However, if you become a practical nurse in Quebec and you decide to move to another province, your license is actually changed, so you basically become a college level nurse as opposed to a vocational level nurse. And in Quebec, they're actually thinking about changing the system so that it will be everywhere like the rest of Canada. So you'll have to go to college to become a practical nurse and go to university to become a registered nurse. So in order to become a registered nurse, you first have to become a practical nurse, and then from a practical nurse you will bridge over and get your bachelor's in science of nursing. So the practical program here is actually 2 years. For me anyways, it's 2 years. I don't know if it's different in other provinces, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. So you have 2 years of practical nursing as opposed to 1 in the States. And then, so it's basically equivalent to the ADN. So ADNs, you guys do 2 years of college, and LVNs or LPNs as you guys call them do 1 year of vocational. But LPNs here actually do 2 years of college, and then they go over and do 3 years of university. So if you are a practical nurse and you want to become a registered nurse, it actually removes 1 year. So instead of you doing 4 years to get a bachelor's degree, you actually only do 3 years and you're able to get your bachelor's. Now for prerequisites over here, I've done a lot of research on some universities that I want to go to. I actually plan on moving out of the province that I live in just so that I can go do the bridging, because we do not have the bridging in the area of Canada that I live in. So I'm going to have to move in order to bridge, because if I do it here, I'm going to have to start all over, and ain't nobody got time for that. But yeah, I'm gonna move, and I've done a lot of research on some other schools outside of Quebec, and I want to move to Ontario. And I do not believe that chemistry and I don't think that high science is a like is a prerequisite. I think that you can get in. You only have to, well, you have to be a practical nurse. You have to be registered by the College of Nurses of Ontario, which is the province that I want to move into. And then you also have to have a minimum of 1 year of working experience as a practical nurse in order to be eligible to go into the bachelor program. However, if you do have your high math and your high science, it puts you a step above, a step in front of everyone else. So it makes it a lot easier for you to get accepted into the program if you do have your high chemistry and all of that stuff. So for my plan, now that you guys understand the system, I'm going to tell you guys what my plan is. I graduate from practical nursing school in a couple of months. Once I graduate, I do plan, because right now it is the 16th of April 2018. I plan on being out of here and moving to the province that I want to live in by August next year. I am going to move out and I'm going to go over there for university. Hopefully, well, I'm going to be moving to Windsor, Ontario. That's where I want to move. A lot of people find Windsor very random, and people ask me why I want to move to Windsor. My boyfriend actually lives in Detroit. You guys are probably going to meet him in the next couple of weeks, probably in the next 2 weeks, but he lives in Detroit, so I figured that if I moved to Windsor, it would be a lot easier for us, and I would still be in Ontario, because initially my plan was to move to Toronto. However, Toronto is extremely expensive for rent. It's extremely expensive for everything. So when I did research on Windsor and saw like the difference, and saw how much cheaper Windsor was compared to Toronto, I thought it would be a lot more convenient for me to go over there. And the bonus was that my boyfriend would be like, a couple minutes away from me. So that is my plan. I want to move to Windsor. Now for school. So like I said before, having your high math and your high chemistry puts you at an advantage. I did complete most of my chemistry books. And the reason why that is because I wanted to go straight for the RN program. But eventually I got extremely impatient, and when I saw that the practical nursing program was starting in a couple of months, I decided to just go for that route. That way I'll be able to, make money at the same time and all of that. So I'm supposed to finish by hopefully December, January, and then I'm going to work full-time, and I'll probably also go to school full-time and finish the rest of the books that are missing, so that by the time I'm ready to move, all my books will be completed before I move. Once I do move, I'm going to work full-time for a year in order to get that year of experience that they want me to have, and then I will be registering for school and going for my bachelor's in science of nursing. So that is really my plan on how I want to bridge. It's a lot easier for me to bridge. I'm actually so happy that the bridge over here is PN to bachelor's in science of nursing. I know that in America you guys only have the bridge from PN to ADN. You don't have the bridge from BN to university level. So I think that it's actually really great that we have that. It's gonna take me basically no time to get a bachelor's. Imagine if I was in America, it would have taken me 1 year to bridge to ADN, and then I would have probably had to do the same 4 years of university. So it would have taken me about 5 years, whereas it's going to take me 2 years less. It's going to take me 3 years to get my bachelor's instead of 5. So that is pretty much my plan for what I want to do, and yeah, just to give you guys an idea of that. So I really hope you like this video. If you have any questions on the Canadian system, if I can help you, because I don't know everything. Canada, the things are different in every single jurisdiction. So if I can talk to you guys or give you guys a little bit of information, if you guys want, I can help you. And yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.